Hello Shlamaya. Okay, today I'm going to teach you about price changes. Okay, this is a new topic, a whole new topic completely. This topic is about price changes. Okay, சிம்பிளாக சொல்லணும்னா இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம என்ன படித்தோன்னா ஷார்ட்டேஜ் அண்ட் சர்ப்ளஸ் படித்தோம்ல. ஸோ அதில் வந்து கிராஃப்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த கிராஃப்ஸில் வந்து நம்ம என்ன பார்த்தோன்னா வந்து அந்த கிராஃபில் வந்து சர்ப்ளஸ், அதாவது சப்ளை மோர் தென் சப்ளை எக்ஸீட்ஸ் டிமாண்ட். ஸோ சப்ளை இஸ் மோர் தென் டிமாண்ட்னா என்ன நடக்கும்? We'll just go a recap. So supply more than demand நடக்கும்னா வந்து இந்த மாதிரி மேலே இருக்கும். I mean the shaded part upstairs, I hope you can see clearly. The shaded part upstairs represents the excess supply. So this one I already told you how to do, and I hope you have already known everything. Okay, and then this is shortage. So this the shaded part below represents shortage lah. Excess, means excess demand. This is for demand more than supply. Okay, this is just a small recap lah for you to, if you forgot about. Okay, so now this is related only, but this is how this is, as I told you. Remember, I went for a small yesterday I gave a small intro about the topic which we are going to study today, which is price changes. So starting with causes and consequences of price changes. Okay, price changes in the topic la enna padipona vande remember there are many determinants of demand, right, and also many determinants of supply, right? Okay, remember the main utmost important determinant of demand is what? Price, right? Same goes to supply. The main utmost determinant of supply is what? Price, right? But okay, let's go into demand. Now I'm talking about demand. Okay, demand la pathina vande the main determinant of demand is price. But after price, what happened? Got six things, right? Six factors, right? Six determinants, right? Which is fashion, income, substitute complements, advertising, government policies, economy, right? So these 6 points is going to play a big role here. So this graph, this chapter, we are mainly going to talk about the determinants which is not price, the excluding the price, the 6 determinants. So okay, what happens when these determinants, this supply ko and 6 determinants irukku? Okay, remember weather, time, all are supply determinants except price. We are not going to talk about the price determinant. The six அதாவது demand la 6 இருக்கு, supply la 5 இருக்கு நினைக்கிறேன். So these determinants. So what happened when these determinants happen? What happened to the equilibrium? Remember I told you, right? Equilibrium na yesterday. Equilibrium is what? Is the thing which we studied yesterday, the price and the supply, where the intersection of the curve of demand and supply. So that is equilibrium. So what will happen to equilibrium? What will affect to equilibrium? Adha nama இந்த டாபிக்ல படிக்க போறோம். Okay, straight to into the topic. First, what happened here is the மேல பாரு, ஆக மேல changes in non-price factors. Okay, as I told you before, this topic we are only going to study about the changes in non-price factors. Okay, first I'm going to go to supply first. Okay, I'm going to teach you supply graph, then only demand. Okay, this supply is going to easier. Okay, so changes in non-price factors will happen first. Okay, second, what happen is change in the curve. Remember, price factors change in the for example, I'm going right here. Okay, remember like this, right? Okay, so this is the demand as a demand curve. If the only changes in price factor, it will only travel through here, right? Remember, but if changes in the factors which is excluding price, the 6 things, right, enna nadakum? The whole thing will move. Am I right? So the same thing we are going to study here, which is on supply curve, left. Okay, I will tell you more. Wait a minute. So before that, so change in the curve, then change in the equilibrium price and the quantity traded. This is what new thing we are going to study in this chapter. Equilibrium price and quantity traded. Equilibrium price na enna unakku nee sollitem, the intersection between demand and supply curve, right? Quantity traded is the quantity demanded or the quantity supplied, any quantity, adha quantity traded. Demand na demand, supply na supply la. Demand na quantity demanded, supply la pathina quantity supplied. Okay, so I will tell you more after this. I hope you understand more. I will explain more. So before that, okay, for example, example 1, I'm going to tell you 4 example in this chapter. Got 4 example. Okay, first, what happen when supply low ஆகுது ஓகேயா. then what happen if supply higher, supply increases. Okay, same goes to demand also. What happen if demand goes higher, and what happen if supply goes lower, increases and decreases. So demand increases, got one graph. Supply increases, got one graph. Supply decreases, got one graph. Demand increases, got one graph. Demand decreases, got one graph. So 4 graphs. Study 4 graphs in this chapter. This is the most important thing. So what effects demand increases இருக்கு, demand decreases இருக்கு, supply increases இருக்கு, supply decreases இருக்கு. Yeah, but what effects on equilibrium price and quantity trade இதான் நம்ம படிக்க போறோம். So okay, first supply curve படிப்போம். supply curve ரெண்டு இருக்கு. when supply increases, supply decreases. These all are not price factors. I'm telling you again, these all are not price factors. These all are the 6 things, remember that one, excluding the price factors. So okay, imagine lah, give you a situation where supply curve tend to left. So supply curve எப்போ லெஃப்ட்டுக்கு போவோம், அப்போ supply is like, for example, government tax வைக்கிறாங்க. government, remember I told you yesterday, government ரொம்ப tax சமன் பண்ணா, when government when government tells government informs companies to put more tax, imposes more taxes, of course companies will feel stress, right? company வந்து supply குறைக்கும், because company like something like rugi untung, right? not profit ஆயிரும், because ரொம்ப tax கட்ட வேண்டிய கடுப்பா இருக்கும். so company வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், supply குறைக்கும். so what will happen is, first we put demand graph first. We put demand graph as usual, the same thing only. This is demand, this is supply. Okay, so this is the initial thing lah. This is price, this is quantity. Okay, actually you should write price lah fully, but I'm just shortcut lah. So quantity. Okay, so what happen is, okay, this is the supply and demand graph. Okay, so we are now talking about what will happen to what you should do to make the supply curve go left. Okay, so I'm telling the situation, right? What happened if the government imposes more taxes? So supply will go to left, because they won't supply more, they will decrease their supply. So supply will go to what? Left, right? Left. So S1 idu, S2 idu. Okay, so remember we should drag this one, right? The initial one, this is the initial one. So the initial one is the Q1, which was the main equilibrium, quantity equilibrium. Okay, this is the equilibrium price. Remember I told you yesterday, we should drag this one. This is a must, we should do this. Okay, P1 lah, initial price. Okay, and then this is the second intersection, right? This is the second price. When supply increases, when supply, this one, price also increases. Okay, this one, drag this one as usual, drag, put Q2, quantity 2. so this was the situation where the price was P1 and quantity 2, and when the supply decreases, the price will increases. Okay, this is the thing. So it's a basic knowledge, as I told you yesterday. supply வந்து இறங்கின பிறகு price ஏறிடும். Okay, so this one. So the thing here is, equilibrium price is affected. We should start, what we study here is the equilibrium price is affected. The equilibrium price has been went up, and the equilibrium quantity has been went down also, decreases. இதான் நீ சொல்லணும், இதான் நீ கண்டுபிடிச்ச விஷயம். So what you studied new in this graph is, இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம ஜஸ்ட் லைக், ஓகே, சிம்பிளாக சொல்லணும்னா இப்படி தான் இருக்கும். நம்ம வந்து ஜஸ்ட் சப்ளை கர்வ் லெஃப்ட்டுக்கு போவோம், இந்த மாதிரி தான் நம்ம படிச்சிருக்கோம். பட் இதில் வந்து சப்ளை கர்வ் லெஃப்ட்டுக்கு போச்சு, எஸ், பட் எக்ஸ்ட்ராவாக டிமாண்ட் கர்வ் வர இதில் இருந்திருக்கு. இதுதான் புது விஷயம். another new thing we learn is, we drag two things also, Q1 and Q2, the first one and second one, and we should differentiate. So if for example in exam they will ask how, okay, when government imposes more tax or what, something, anything which makes the supply curve to go left lah. If they give the such situations, you should do like this lah. First D line போட்டு, S line போட்டு, D1 S1 போட்டு பண்ணிட்டேன். So D1 S1 போட்டு என்ன பண்ணோம், ட்ராக் பண்ணிட்டு then நியூ curve only must put left arrow அப்புறம் போட்டுட்டு ட்ராக் பண்ணிட்டு எழுதணும் அவ்வளோதான். ஸோ யூ ஷுட் இஸ் த மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங் மிஸ்ட் நான் கிளியர் ஐ ரிமெம்பர் யூ ஷுட் ரைட் equilibrium price equilibrium price when to you must write lah when upwards or increases நீ எழுதணும் and quantity traded எழுதணும். quantity traded means இதான் quantity traded சொல்லுவாங்க. ஓகே, quantity traded decreases, அதாவது decreasesலாம் எப்படி ஸோ இது எழுதணும். இதுதான் வந்து supply curve left. okay, first example done ready. Now second example, going to second example, same thing only. Now I'm going to tell you supply curve right. Okay, what if supply curve go right? Actually, if you are smart, you should know lah. Very easy only, but it's my duty to teach you lah. So I'll just draw P Q, same thing. Okay, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, first, what is the situation which make the supply curve to go right? What is the situation? Any situation. Okay, let's take weather. Okay, any good weather. So good weather, nalla weather irukku, so agriculture's crops all increases, so supply increases, right? So supply increases means supply curve will go right. Yes, before that we put demand curve first. Okay, ipo da supply curve right ku podhu. So this is the initial one, demand supply S1 போட்டுருவோம். Okay, actually D1 போட தேவையில்லை I think so, because only ஒரே ஒரு D axis தான் இருக்கு. ஸோ இதுக்கு D1 போட தேவையில்லை, because only one. ரெண்டு மூணு இருக்கும்போது தான் S1 S2 போடணும். ஸோ okay, give me a minute. Okay, so now I told you right, it's going right, so put a new one, S2. Okay, as usual, drag the S1 or D1 இருக்குல்ல, the initial one, drag, put Q1, and then this one also drag, put P1. Okay, and then the new thing also we should drag, so drag, put Q2, then again just put this, drag, put P2. Okay, so the same thing only. So as you know, when the weather நீ எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண வந்துடுமா கடைசியில், when the weather becomes good, when more supplies are supplied, இருக்கணும், it's not clear. Okay, just a minute. Okay, I think it's clear now, right? Okay, good. So when the supplies are supplied more, or when the supplier supplies more, அந்த மாதிரி எழுதிட்டு the S curve will, sorry, give me a minute. Okay, the S curve will go to right, and this makes the price to fall. அதாவது equilibrium price எழுதி ஆகணும். equilibrium price to fall and the quantity traded எழுதணும் to increase. அவ்வளோதான், done. This is supply curve right ஓட example. Okay, now we are going to go for the demand curve. Okay, supply வந்து curve right லெஃப்ட்டுக்கு போகிறத பார்த்துட்டோம், supply curve ரைட்டுக்கு போகிறத பார்த்துட்டோம். Okay, now we are going to go to the demand curve. Before that, a small break.